Well, the water is not draining like it should be. Oh, look, there's a wild strawberry. Where is it? Right there. That's pretty cool. My phone will focus. There we go. But yeah, so that's not great. Right next to power, very good. And that is pulling up. So I gotta get up there and deal with the gutters and maybe dig myself a little French drain to tie into this drain, which seemingly is full. Or maybe it isn't. Well, there it goes. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's quite the rush of water that's going on down there. He's probably about to drain this motherfucker. Look at him go. Let's see. So my plan is to try to dig these out a little bit. This one is the very back corner. Try to dig them out so it's not pulling up. And then up here, I'm gonna try to dig a little channel for all this water to actually go down this pipe, which I assume is now emptying down to there because there's a lot more water than there was a minute ago. Look at them now flowing, brother. Slowly starting to drain, but it's raining pretty hard. We're getting there. Much better. Now most of it is starting to drain out for the most part. Trying, but now it's just emptying down here, so that's the next step. Much, much, much better. So got several drains out front, right? And they obviously go here. That's where the drain pipe is. There's another one here, and so unclogged this one, put a bunch of water in it, but it didn't come down here, which is, if you look, it is slightly downhill. So the water should have come out here, but it didn't. So we're gonna clean this out. The water did start coming out here, but it's uphill. So just gotta clean all these drains out so that they work correctly, and that's where we're at. So the police station came with a bunch of rugs, you know, like same kind they had in like high school, right? Not that one, that's like an outdoor patio rug, but the one underneath it, right? And at first I didn't really understand, like, you know, I was like, fuck it, you know, the rugs are filthy as shit. They usually pay a company to come and like pick them up every week and just give you new ones or whatever. I'm not gonna pay for that. However, after walking on the concrete floor back and forth between here and the garage through the hallway for the last couple days, the rugs are needed because your feet and your legs fucking feel it. After you let them sit and marinate with the soap and stuff and some water, then you brush them with a deck brush. It's got to be a firm bristle brush. Firm bristle, so not like a broom, like hard bristle. That way you can really get into the grooves there. You got to follow the groove pattern, which obviously is going this way, you know? You got to follow that, but you also got to do a little bit of the side to side. You know, you got to get in there side to side. You got to do both. And you got to spray them good. Look at that filthy water. You just give them a quick rinse. You got to go both ways though. So you got to go with the grooves. That's how you do it. You go back and forth. Get that shit really clean. So most of that was done with, I got an adjustable guy. And so most of that's done with a 25%. It's just like a good cone, puts out a good amount of water. That's what I use at the beginning to put a lot of water down when I put the soap down. It's also what I do the initial rinse with. And then my pressure washer, which is Ryobi, also came with like the turbo nozzle. It does this. So I use that to actually like get in the meat of it. You know, I go put one way to really get in there, and then I go the other way to push it up further, and just over and over again. And that's what she looks like when she's done. She's still probably filthy as fuck, but that'll do for now. Gotta let them soak. Dawn, the strong industrial vinegar, and a little bit of simple green. Gotta let them marinate. So I gotta get better lighting going on than all these really energy inefficient fluorescent lights. They take up a lot of power. So I got a good deal on these panel lights, LED panel lights. So I've tried a few. They are warm white, which is not what I wanted. They're not very bright. This is more what I wanted, was hoping, right? They're dimmable, but they're not very bright, and they're like a warmish yellow light. So I put some up there, just trying them out, and they're honestly not that bad. I think that'll work because all the workbenches in my desk and stuff will have their own lighting, but they would work for something like this hallway. This is a test. This is just 2 of them that I wired up just to try it out. Gets rid of these energy inefficient fluorescent lights. I think that would work. I also have LED light strips to go along the bottom. But I think that'll work. That's a lot better than the original ones. So to try to plan my LED lighting for the garage, because I definitely need something to replace these fluorescent lights. The math with just these fluorescent lights in the garage and the workshop, you know, how much power it takes is just way too much. So I need to come up with some LED light alternatives for both the garage and then a separate one for the workshop back there. And so I get to use one of my favorite tools that I never get to use, this little guy, this little measuring wheel, this fucking thing. And so to get an idea of how much lighting I'm gonna need, I need at least approximate, you know, dimensions. I don't need anything crazy, but I at least need to know roughly like how much light in one way I need to go with. So from the one wall of the garage to the wall of the workshop, we are... So this is where one of my e-commerce businesses will live, myself, military surplus. And so all of the inventory is basically gonna fit this white line here, back. So I was trying to plan out the shelves, see how it'll go, just putting a few up. We have a few more. I think there's at least, they go higher than this, and I think there's one more total. But yeah, just trying to visualize it, you know, just trying to see what it looks like. So I have more of these shelves at home, at least one more. And I was trying to visualize, you know, what the space would look like if there was more shelving. Because I'm gonna need lots of it. I think eventually I'm gonna build a wooden platform, basically right above here, so that I have one more row. And then the wooden platform would pretty much just take up, you know, most of the depth from the wall. It'd be up as high as like one of the shelves, like here. We just go across. One of the things I'm trying to solve is that these old fluorescent light fixtures, of which I have a lot, take up a lot of power draw. And that kind of sucks. Basically, I did the math. All of the lights in this building, and they're all the same fluorescent fixtures, use up the same amount of power as at least 5 or 6 gaming computers every second. So I could get LED bulbs to replace them, but the fixture is still inefficient energy-wise, still uses more power than it needs to. So I just got a whole business's worth of these LED panel lighting. Now, unfortunately, they're like warm light, you know, like yellowish. So I don't know what to do about that, but they are very cost efficient, energy use wise. And I got a fuck ton of them. There's a whole bunch more. There's another big pile half the size roughly of this in the office room. So now that I have power again, because the power went out of the building today, I have power again. I'm gonna lights them up. They daisy chain together using very simple, just 2 wires. So we're gonna wire them up and see what's up. Want to use a deck brush, simple green, pressure washer, and a hose. So the plan is to pre-soak it with water, simple green, let it soak, scrub it, rinse it all off. Probably rinse it twice. Basically just doing from the corner to the window, including the floor, up to the white line, and on this side. And now it hasn't fully dried from when I cleaned it earlier, but I did my best. You can obviously tell it still needs to dry a bit, but it is definitely cleaner. Some parts of it do not look like they are that much cleaner, but I mean, I scrubbed them, pressure washed them, industrial degreaser, and scrubbed them. So if you compare this section, which is what I did, to over here, you can clearly tell it is very dirty over here compared to over here. Let this dry. I might wash it again. Might wash the floor again. I'm not sure. I have not washed this with water or pressure washer or soap or anything at all. Just this section, just these walls. So we'll see once it dries. So when it comes to planning the kitchen drain, there's a concrete pad floor. And so the plumbing quotes we got, we're gonna take this toilet out and put it in a shower. We're gonna take the water lines are gonna go up, over, and down into the kitchen. And then we're gonna have to dig into the concrete, just like they did to put in the original drain. You can see the line. And so I have marked roughly where the kitchen drain will be, roughly, just to make it easy, because that part will cost a lot to dig into the concrete. And so I've come in here, I've measured it roughly. It's not perfect, it's not exact, but gives me a rough idea of where it'll be, because that should be as close to that as possible. It doesn't have to be right on it. I can use PVC pipe, it can go over, but at least I get a rough idea of what I'm working with, you know, as far as the kitchen drain goes, because that is one of the biggest issues that I have to deal with, because digging into the concrete to do the drain costs a lot of money. Like, it's labor intensive. Like, you know, I could do it, but I'd have to rent a bunch of tools because I don't have them. It's easier to pay the plumber when he puts in the shower stall, is just do the drain as well. So that those are the 2 biggest hurdles, really, is the shower and then the kitchen drain. So I think marking it out like this, I think will give a much better idea roughly of, like, you know, where it'll be, how it'll look. So now I know. Week 2 update. So the biggest of all the things is we took out, it used to be just all plywood and then an AC unit that they like bolted in there. So we took out the whole thing and put in a nice new window. Nice screen, nice window. We checked out the security system that's in the closet. It partially works, but we just gotta keep working on it. We got a whole kitchen. We gotta put it all together. We have demoed the bathroom that was in here off of the workshop room. We have unsealed the door in the hallway. We have done nothing there, but we demoed this whole, what was the men's room, so we can put a shower insert here and take the water and drain from the sink and use it. Drain will go through the floor and the water will go up into the kitchen. That's the next step. And I guess one of the other things is these mats have been really helpful. It really chews up my feet to walk back and forth on this concrete just over and over and over again. I'm averaging like 20,000 steps, like 10 miles a day when I come here. So, you know, starting to feel it. So got those, got a really good deal on all these LED panel lights for $60 for all of them. I think I got 30 total. So they're like warm white. So we're gonna see about using them in the kitchen, the hallway, maybe some in here to get rid of these fluorescents, which use up a lot of power. Yeah, we'll go look at this demo. So we're gonna put the washer and dryer in here. Got it all ready. Use the drain from the previous sink and the water. I don't know exactly how we're gonna fit the washer and dryer in here with the slop sink. Obviously this metal frame is, you know, too wide. I was just wanted to, you know, trying to visualize it. So gotta figure that out. Slop sink, washer and dryer's gotta fit in there, but we'll make it work.